Hello, and welcome back to Theory Hammer, my friends, where today we are taking a look at another Warhammer 40k 10th edition Codex review. This is going to be a part of our Codex series where we go over all the codexes. These are going to be like our index reviews where they're just reviews. We're not going to go over points because they're immediately irrelevant. As soon as this book came out, they're somewhere back there, but they don't matter anymore. I absolutely love the Adeptus Mechanicus. They're one of my favorite races, and I think I mentioned that in our index review. Them and Necrons, having them come out at the same time is awesome because they're my favorite races. If the Adeptus Mechanicus is also your favorite race, or if you just feel like leaving a comment, then do that. Leave a comment down below, tell us what you guys think, like the video, subscribe to Theory Hammer, and hit the bell icon, that way you're always notified every time we have a new video. And then check out some of our other videos when you're done. We've got all kinds of content out there, and we make new content pretty regularly. So with that, we're going to get into it. This is the Adeptus Mechanicus. These guys they are actually my favorite race. Necrons are a close second, I would say. They're just awesome. I mean, look at them. They're tech priests. They are cool as shit. Super steampunky. They worship technology. They are pretty cool little guys. So hopefully this gives us something better than what we had in the index, because what we had in the index was fucking garbage. This is their army rule. At the start of the battle round, you can select one of the Doctrina imperatives below until the end of the battle round. That Doctrina imperative is active for your army, and all units from your army that have the Doctrina imperatives ability gain the relevant abilities shown below. Protector, ranged weapons equipped by models in this unit have heavy. It's kind of useless. Each time a ranged attack targets this unit, if this unit is within your deployment zone, they get Armor of Contempt, and you worsen the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. Cool. Conqueror imperative. Ranged weapons equipped by models in this unit have Assault. Each time a model in this unit makes a ranged attack, if the target of the attack is within your opponent's deployment zone, improve the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. So let me just explain to you why this is very stupid and bad. Heavy is a useless ability that's never gonna... You have to stay still to use it. Very, very rarely does that happen. Staying in your deployment zone is generally a bad thing, because most of the game happens in the middle of the table. So, same deal here. Having Assault is better than having Heavy, so that's good. But the other ability where you get to increase your armor penetration only happens when they're in their deployment zone as well. So when the game is played not in the deployment zones, generally speaking, yeah, that's your army rule. Hopefully this can help. Rad Zone Corps. Got Rad Bombardment. At the start of the first battle round, for each enemy unit that's within your opponent's deployment zone, your opponent must decide whether they will take cover or stand firm. You then roll a d6 for each of those enemy units and apply the following effects to those things. So this is the same thing you had in the index. It's fucking terrible. If they stand firm, on a 3+, they suffer d3 mortal wounds. If they take cover until the end of the battle round, that unit is battle shocked, and on a 5+, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. So it's a little better, because you still suffer mortal wounds on a 5-up, it's just you definitely suffer them on a 3-up, but it's just so meh. From battle rounds 2 and onward, at the start of your command phase, during the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th battle rounds, roll 1d6 for each enemy unit within your opponent's deployment zone. On a 3+, you suffer 1 mortal wound and have to take a battle shock test. That's okay, fuck, I don't know, makes me squirm. Your enhancements are Radial Suffusion, that's the first one. You can only give it to an Adeptus Mechanicus model, because you were going to give it to a Space Marine model or something. From the 2nd battle round onward, when resolving the fallout effect of the Rad Bombardment Detachment rule, if the bearer is on the battlefield, roll 1d6 for each enemy unit within 6 inches of your opponent's deployment zone, in addition to those that are within your opponent's deployment zone. Fine. Malphonic Susurers. Adeptus Mechanicus model only. While the bearer's leading unit, models in that unit have stealth. Okay. Peerless Eradicator. Adeptus Mechanicus model only. While the bearer is leading the unit, ranged weapons equipped by models in that unit have sustained hits 1. And then Autoclavic Denunciation. Ranged weapons equipped by the bearer have anti-infantry 2 up and anti-monster 4 up. Okay. Baleful Halo. Battle Tactic Stratagem 2 CP. This is in the fight phase just after an enemy unit selects its targets. Target an Adeptus Mechanicus unit from your army that is not a vehicle. That was the target of those attacks. If it's battle line, you can target one friendly Skitarii unit, excluding battle line within 6 inches of it. You can also target. Okay. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack targets one of those units from your army, subtract 1 from the wound roll. It's only in combat. Extinction Order. I hate that, the battle line thing they're trying to do there. Extinction Order is a strategic ploy for 1 CP in your command phase, 1 Tech Priest model from your army, and 1 objective marker within 24 inches of that model. Roll a d6 for each enemy unit within range of that objective marker. On a 4+, they suffer 1 mortal wound and must take a battle shock test. Aggressor Imperative, 1 CP, battle tactics in your movement phase. 1 Skitarii unit from your army that has not been selected to move this phase. If that unit is battle line, you can also select a friendly Skitarii unit within 6 inches of it, excluding a battle line. Until the end of the phase, each time one of those units advances, do not make an advance roll. Instead, just add 6 to the move characteristic. And pre-calibrated Purge Solution, battle tactics for 1 CP. This is in your shooting phase. 1 Adeptus Mechanicus unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. If the unit is battle line, you can also target 1 friendly Skitarii unit, so everything is Skitarii based. Within 6 of it, till the end of the phase, each time a model in one of those units makes a ranged attack, if the target of that attack is within your opponent's deployment zone, you can re-roll the hit roll. Lethal Dosage. War Gear Strat for 1 CP. This is in your shooting phase. 1 Adeptus Mechanicus unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Till the end of the phase, ranged weapons have lethal hits. Okay. Bulwark Imperative. 2 CP battle tactics. This is in your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit selects its targets. 1 Skitarii unit from your army that was selected as the target of the attacks. If it's battle line, you can also target a friendly Skitarii unit that's within 6 of it that isn't battle line. They both get 4 up invulns. It's pretty good. Okay, so the next one is your Skitarii Hunter Cohort. They have Stealth Optimization, Skitarii Infantry, Skitarii Mounted, and Iron Strider Ballistari units from your army have the Stealth ability. Each time a ranged attack targets a Sicaran unit from your army, unless the attacking model is within 12 inches of the target, it is covered. That's awesome. That's only for Sicaran, but you get Stealth. It's pretty good. So your enhancement. Cantic Thrallnet, martial only. At the start of the battle round, you can select 1 friendly Skitarii unit within 12 of the bearer. Till the start of the next battle round, the Protector Imperative and Conqueror Imperative protocols are both active for that unit. Clandestine Infiltrator, Skitarii model only. Damn, the bearer and models in that unit have infiltrators and scout 6 inches. Skitarii model only. So basically, the Marshal. Veiled Hunter, Skitarii Marshal only. After both players have deployed their armies and determined who has the first turn, you can select up to 3 Skitarii infantry units from your army and redeploy all of those units. You can put them into reserve regardless of how many things are there. Battle Spear Uplink, Skitarii only. In your shooting phase, after the bearer shoots, if it's not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units, it can make a normal move up to 6 inches. So that unit can move 6. Interesting. Okay, Bionic Endurance, Strategic Ploy, 1 CP. Your opponent's shooting phase, or the fight phase, just after an enemy unit selects its targets. Target 1 Sicaran or Aliaksei or Sidonian unit from your army that was selected as the target of those attacks. Until the end of the phase, you get a 5-up Feel No Pain. Awesome. So on a bunch of Chicken Walker things, 5-up Feel No Pain? Yeah. Binharic Offense. 2 CP, Strategic Ploy, happens at the start of your shooting phase or fight phase. You pick 2 Skitarii units from your army that have not been selected to shoot or fight. Till the end of the phase, improve the armor penetration characteristic of weapons equipped by models in both of those units by 1. Till the end of the phase, each time a model in either of your units makes an attack, it can only target that enemy unit. So, okay, so I missed that. You pick an enemy unit and 2 Skitarii units that have not been selected to shoot or fight. Next one up is Isolate and Destroy. This is in your shooting phase. It's 1 CP, Strategic Ploy Stratagem. So in your shooting phase, 1 Sicaran Pitaxi thing, Sidonian, Iron Strider, Ballistari, or Skitari mounted unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot until the end of the phase. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack, if there are no enemy units within 6 of the unit you're targeting, you add 1 to the wound roll. Shroud Protocol, this is in your opponent's shooting phase, and this is a strategic ploy for 1 CP. Your opponent's shooting phase, just after an enemy unit selects its target, 1 Skitari infantry unit from your army that was selected as the target of 1 or more of those units attacks. And then until the end of the phase, you can only be selected as the target of a ranged attack if you're within 12, so that's awesome. So both of these are really good. This is pretty good too, actually. Programmed withdrawal, fall back and shoot. 1 CP strategic ploy. This is at the end of your opponent's fight phase. Up to 2 Sakarian units from your army, or 1 Skitari infantry, or 1 Skitari mounted unit from your army. Remove those units from the battlefield and put them into strategic reserves. Each unit targeted with this stratagem must be more than 3 inches away from all enemy units. Okay. Got it. Data Psalm Conclave. Benedictions of the Omnissiah. At the start of the first battle round, select one of the following benedictions of the Omnissiah to be active for Cult Mechanicus units from your army till the end of the phase. Fucking something. Panegric Procession? I don't know. Each time a Cult Mechanicus model from your army makes a ranged attack, if you target something within half range, improve the armor penetration by 1. Yes. Citation of Savagery. Each time a Cult Mechanicus unit from your army is selected to fight, if the unit made a charge move until the end of the phase, add 1 of the strength and attack characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models in that unit. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. So if you're within half range, you add 1 to your armor penetration. That is good. Each time a Cult Mechanicus unit from your army is selected to fight, if it made a charge move until the end of the phase, add 1 of the strength and attack. So on a charge, I mean, you add 1 to your strength and attack characteristics. Yeah, okay. Let's see what we can do here. And this is for Cult Mechanicus things only. Mechanicus Locum, Tech Priest only. The bearer's leadership is 6, and once per battle, at the start of any phase, you can select 1 Cult Mechanicus unit that is battle shocked. It's no longer battle shocked. Mantle of the something, and you can, yeah. Tech Priest model only. Each time an attack is allocated to the bearer, change the damage characteristic of that attack to 1. Okay, fine. I'm going to make a random mention about something here and the naming conventions of all the things. There are a lot of them. There's like more than 1,000, or at least there will be once all these codexes come out. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be a lot to remember and a lot to say. Data Blessed Auto Sermon. Once per battle at the start of your command phase, you can select the benediction of the Omnissiah you did not select at the start of the battle round. Okay, because you only get to select 1 of these. Until the start of your next command phase, that benediction of the Omnissiah is active for the bearer's unit in addition to 1 that's currently active. So you can get both on 1 thing. And then Temper Coria, the bearer's unit has fights first. Okay. Incantation of the Iron Soul, Battle Tactics, 1 CP. Any phase, just after you allocate a mortal wound to a Cult Mechanicus unit from your army, you target that unit. Till the end of the phase, Cult Mechanicus models in your unit have Feel No Pain 4+ against mortal wounds. God damn it. Wish that was better, but it's not. But when it does come up, it could be pretty useful if somebody somehow is putting a bunch of mortal wounds on you, like doubling up on Grey Knight Librarians. Chant of the Remorseless Fist, Battle Tactics Stratagem, 1 CP, fight phase. 1 Cult Mechanicus unit from your army that has not been selected to fight. Until the end of the phase, each time a Cult Mechanicus model from your unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to the wound roll. They really want you to get in combat here with Cult Mechanicus units. Verse of Vengeance, 1 CP. This is in the fight phase. This is a strategic ploy. Fight phase, just after an enemy unit selects its targets. 1 Cult Mechanicus unit from your army that was selected as the target of 1 or more of those attacks. Till the end of the phase, each time a Cult Mechanicus model in your unit is destroyed on 4+, it fights if it hasn't already, and then you remove it from play. Tribute of the Empathic Veneration. This is 1 CP. Start of your movement phase. Strategic ploy. Cult Mechanicus unit from your army and 1 enemy unit within 18 inches of it. The enemy unit takes a battle shock test. If failed, until the start of your next command phase, each time a model from that enemy unit makes an attack, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Garbage. Litany of the Electromancer. Strategic ploy. 1 CP. This is in your shooting phase. 1 Cult Mechanicus unit from your army. Roll a d6 for each enemy unit within 6 inches of 1 or more Cult Mechanicus models in your unit. Adding 1 to the result, if the model is an Electro Priest. On a 5+, the enemy unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. Wait, what? Each enemy unit within 6. Luminescent Blessing. Battle Tactic Stratagem, 1 CP. This is in your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit selects its targets. 1 Cult Mechanicus unit from your army that was the target of those attacks. You get a 4-up invuln. No. You can get a 4-up invuln from the Onager Dune Crawler. You can get it to a tank or something else that doesn't have it, but I am not impressed with this. This seemed good. This might be good enough just by itself to at least try out, but geez, these are fucking terrible over here. I wanted a wound roll, a bite phase, whatever. Next, Explorer Maniple. Yeah, Explorator Maniple. They have acquisition at any cost. At the start of your command phase, select 1 objective marker. Until the end of your next command phase, that objective marker is your acquisition objective marker. Each time an Adeptus Mechanicus model from your army makes an attack, if that model's unit is within range of your acquisition objective marker, or if the target of that attack is within range of your acquisition objective marker. Reroll wound roll 1. So you pick an objective on the table, you're like, hey, if I'm on this, or if you're on this, I reroll wounds of 1 against you. They have enhancements, they have Magos, Tech Priest only. At the start of your command phase, if the bearer is within range of your acquisition objective marker on a 4-up, you gain a CP. No. Genitor, Tech Priest only, while the bearer is leading a unit, and you're in range of your acquisition objective marker. Models in that unit have a 4-up invuln. Yes. Logis, Tech Priest only. While the bearer is leading a unit, each time it makes an attack, if it's within range of the acquisition objective marker, add 1 to the hit roll. Probably. It's pretty good. Artisan. While the bearer is leading a unit in range of the acquisition objective, once per phase, you can change the result of a hit, wound, or saving throw on that unit to a 6. Stratagems, we've got Cached Acquisition, 1 CP, Epic Deed, any phase. 1 Adeptus Mechanicus unit from your army that was just destroyed while it was within range of an objective marker you controlled. You can use this stratagem on that unit even if it was just destroyed. The objective marker remains under your control even if you have no models within range, so sticky objectives. Okay. Priority Reclamation, Battle Tactics Strat, 1 CP. Fight phase just before an Adeptus Mechanicus unit from your army consolidates. You target an Adeptus Mechanicus unit. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in that unit makes a consolidation move, it moves 6 instead of 3, provided it ends that consolidation move within range of your acquisition objective marker. You cannot target a unit with this stratagem if it is within 3 inches or more of 1 enemy units. Okay. So Inflow Slave Skull is 1 CP War Gear strat in your command phase. You target 1 Tech Priest model from your army and 1 objective marker within 24, excluding your acquisition objective marker, until the start of your next command phase. That objective marker is also considered to be your acquisition objective marker for all rules purposes. That's good. That's good. Auto Oracular Retrieval, 2 CP Battle Tactics, Shooting Phase, your shooting phase. 1 Adeptus Mechanicus unit from your army that disembarked from a transport this turn. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes a ranged attack that targets an enemy unit within range of your acquisition objective marker, add 1 to the wound roll. Okay. Incense Exhaust, 1 CP, in your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit selects its target. 1 Adeptus Mechanicus infantry unit from your army that was the target of those attacks, and 1 friendly Adeptus Mechanicus smoke unit within 6 of it. Till the end of the phase, both of those units have stealth and the benefit of cover. Reactive Safeguard, Strategic Ploy, 1 CP. This is in your opponent's charge phase just after an enemy unit has declared a charge. 1 Adeptus Mechanicus infantry unit from your army within range of your acquisition objective marker that was selected as the target of the charge, and 1 friendly Adeptus Mechanicus transport. You can embark within that transport. You got to be within 3 inches of it in order to do so, and there must be enough transport capacity. Great. Cool. So, you can be in combat when you use this. Doesn't say you can't. Not in the restrictions. You could be in combat. If somebody charges you, even if you're in combat, then you can embark in the transport. Just a thing. Cybernetica Cohort. Well, Cohort Cybernetica. Cyber Psalm Programming. Legio Cybernetica units from your army gain the Doctrina Imperatives Army Rule. Should we just skip over this one? Enhancements, Necromechanic. Tech Priest model only. Once per battle round, when a saving throw is made for a friendly Legio, Cybernetica, or Adeptus Mechanicus vehicle model within 12 of the bearer, you can use this enhancement. If you do, change the damage to 0. Lord of Machines. Tech Priest model only. Once per turn at the start of your opponent's shooting phase, select one enemy vehicle unit within 12 invisible to the bearer. It takes a leadership test. If it's passed until the end of the phase, each time model in that unit makes an attack, subtract 1 from the hit roll. If it's failed, it's not eligible to shoot at all. Emotionless Clarity. Tech Priest model only. Once per turn, when a friendly Legio Cybernetica or Adeptus Mechanicus vehicle model with the Deadly Demise ability within 12 inches of the bearer is destroyed, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, do not roll to determine whether any mortal wounds are inflicted. They just happen automatically. That's hilarious. Arc Negotiator. Tech Priest model only. Ranged weapons equipped by the bearer have anti-vehicle 4+. Sure. Ranged weapons. Okay. Motive Imperative. 1 CP, your command phase for a battle tactic stratagem. That does stuff. 1 Adeptus Mechanicus vehicle from your army is the target until the start of your next command phase. Add 3 to the move characteristic of models in that unit and add 1 to the advance and charge rolls for that unit. Okay. Auto Divinatory Targeting, 1 CP, battle tactics. This is in your command phase. 1 Legio Cybernetica or vehicle from your army and 1 objective marker. Until the start of your next command phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit have the ballistic skill characteristic of 3+, and ignores cover, but they can only target units within range of the selected objective marker. That's awesome. I think, right? BS3 and ignores cover. Machine Spirit Resurgent, Epic Deed 1 CP, command phase of yours. 1 Legio Cybernetica or vehicle unit from your army that is below starting strength. Until the start of your next command phase, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can re-roll the hit roll. If it's below half strength, you can re-roll the wound roll. Machine Superiority, Epic Deed Stratagem for 1 CP in your command phase. Legio Cybernetica or vehicle from your army. And then until the end of the turn, it's eligible to shoot in a turn in which it fell back, and it can ignore any or all modifiers to its characteristics and or any rolls or tests it makes. Interesting. That's pretty good. Transcendent Cogitation, 1 CP, your command phase, strategic ploy. Same deal. Legio Cybernetica or vehicle. Until the start of your next command phase, the Conqueror Imperative and Protector Imperative are both active for your unit. Benevolence of the Omnissiah, your command phase. 1 Legio Cybernetica or Adeptus Mechanicus vehicle from your army. This is 1 CP battle tactics. Till the start of your next command phase, models in that unit have a Feel No Pain 6+ ability, which is improved to 5+ against mortal wounds. I think that's it. Yep. So that is all of the different detachments that you get access to. Oh man. I don't even know. Those really, are they shiny? They're like super shiny looking, weird. It's real weird looking, right? Is that just me? And look at that. That does look cool though. These are so cool. And now we're gonna move on to the data sheets. Now we're gonna move on to the data sheets. Here we go. Look how cool that is. Awesome pictures. Some awesome art in this book. Pick one up. So cool. All right. I'm done looking at the cool picture. First up is Belisarius Call. He moves 6. He's toughness 8 with a 2-up, 4-up, 10 wounds, leadership 6, OC of 3. So he's pretty beefy. He's got a solar atomizer. It's blast, melted D3. They didn't make this any better, did they? Range 18, D3 shots, hits on 2s with everything, except for something, which I'll get to. Strength 14, AP 4, and damage 3. It's fine. I kind of said it was shit before, but it's, unless maybe they improved it, it's fine. In melee, he's got an Arc Scourge. Anti-vehicle 4+, dev wounds, extra attacks, 4 attacks, strength 5, AP 1, damage 1. His regular Omniscient Axe, that's going to be 4 attacks, strength 8, AP 2, 2 damage, basically a power fist. And then Mechadendrite Hive, that's more extra attacks. These do hit on 3s. 2d6 attack, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. He's got all these Canticles of the Omnissiah over here. So Canticles of the Omnissiah at the start of the battle round, select one abilities on the left until the start of the next battle round he has this ability. He has, while he's within 3 inches of another friendly Adeptus Mechanicus unit, he has Lone Operative. And then self-repair mechanisms, at the start of your command phase, he regains D3 lost wounds. His Canticles. Invocation of Machine Vengeance. While a friendly Adeptus Mechanicus unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time it makes an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. That's it. Just reroll hit roll of 1. Mantra of Discipline. While a friendly Adeptus Mechanicus unit is within 6, each time you take a battle shock or leadership test, add 1 to the test. Shroud Psalm. While an Adeptus Mechanicus unit is within 6, each time they take a ranged attack, they have the benefits of cover. Wasn't that stealth before? Is cover better? Maybe? Nah, stealth's better. He's a monster character epic hero, Imperium, Tech Priest, Cult Mechanicus. You have a Tech Priest Dominus. He moves 6, he's toughness 4 with a 2-up and a 5-up invuln, 4 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 1. His ranged weapon options are Eradication Ray, that's got 2 different profiles. It's either 24-inch range with D3 shots, everything hits on 3s. Strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. If you focus it, it's only a 12-inch range, D3 shots, Strength 6, AP 2, damage 2. His macro stubber is a pistol, 12-inch range with 5 shots, a strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. The Phosphor Serpenta ignores cover, pistol, 18-inch range with 1 shot, strength 5, AP 1, damage 2. And then Volkite Blaster, dev wounds, 24-inch range with 3 shots, strength 5, AP 0, damage 2. In combat, he's got his Omniscient Axe, 4 attacks, weapon skill 3, strength 6, AP 2, and damage 2. He leads. He's the Lord of the Machine Cult. While he's leading a unit, models in that unit have Feel No Pain 5+. If that unit is an Electro Priest, it's 4+ instead. And then Data Spike. At the start of the fight phase, you can select one enemy vehicle with an engagement range of this model and roll a d6 on a 4-up. They suffer d6 mortal wounds, and until the end of the phase, the weapon skill and ballistic skill characteristic are reduced by 1. His macro stubber can be a Phosphor Serpenta. So he's got a macro stubber, a Volkite Blaster, and an Omniscient Axe. His macro stubber can be a Phosphor Serpenta. His Volkite Blaster can be an Eradication Ray. He can be attached to Corpuscari Electro Priest, Fulgurite Electro Priest, Cataphrone Breachers, Cataphrone Destroyers, Skitarii Rangers, Skitarii Vanguard. He's infantry character Imperium Cult Mechanicus, Tech Priest. The Tech Priest engine Seer, move 6, toughness 4, 3-up, 5-up invuln, 3 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 1. He's got a pistol, it's dev wounds, Mechanicus pistol. 1 shot, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. For melee, he's got an Omniscient Axe, 3 attacks on 4s, strength 6, AP 2, damage 2. And then he has a Servo Arm extra attack, 1 attack, hitting on 4, strength 6, AP 2, damage 2. He can be attached to priests, both kinds, breachers, destroyers, rangers, and vanguard. He's a leader, while he is within 3 inches of one or more Adeptus Mechanicus vehicles. Unless he's leading a unit, he has Lone Operative. At the end of your command phase, select a friendly Adeptus Mechanicus model within 3 inches. So any model, this is the Omnissiah's Blessing. That model regains D3 lost wounds. If it is a vehicle, until the start of your next command phase, it is a 5-up Feel No Pain. It can only be selected once per command phase. So that's great. Vengeance of the Omnissiah. If a friendly Adeptus Mechanicus vehicle within 12 inches is destroyed until the end of the battle, his Omniscient Axe has 6 attacks instead of 3. He has a pistol. He has a servo arm. He's infantry character Imperium Cult Mechanicus Tech Priest. Then you have the Manipulus. He is movement of 6, toughness of 4, 2-up, 5-up, 4 wounds, leadership 7, and OC 1. He's got a Magna Rail Lance. It's a heavy weapon, 36-inch range with 1 shot on 3s, strength 7, AP 2, and damage 3. Or he's got a Transonic Cannon. Devastating wounds and torrent, 12-inch range, D6 shots, strength 4, AP 0, but damage 2. And then Omniscient Axe, 4 attacks on 3, strength 6, AP 1, damage 2. So it's an Omniscient Staff, not an axe. So it's only AP 1. The Magna Rail Lance can be a Transonic Cannon. He's a leader. He's got Galvanic Field. While he's leading a unit, they get lethal hits. And then defend the Divine Work once per battle at the start of any phase. It can use this ability if it does. Until the end of the phase, models in the unit have a 4-up invuln. He's got a Magna Rail Lance, Omniscient Staff. He can be attached to priests, both kinds of priests, the breachers, the destroyers, the rangers, and the vanguard. He's an infantry character, Imperium Cult Mechanicus tech priest. Cool. There's more. Techno Archaeologist. He moves 6. He's toughness 4 with a 3 up and a 5 up invuln, 3 wounds, leadership 7, OC 1. He also has that Mechanicus pistol, the Dev Wounds pistol, 1 shot at 12 inches, hits on 3, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. For melee, he's got his Servo Arc Claw, anti-vehicle 4+, and Dev Wounds. It's 3 attacks on 4s, strength 8, AP 2, and damage 2. He can lead priests, he can lead breachers, destroyers, rangers, and vanguard. Seeker of Divine Arcana. While this model is leading a unit, add 1 to the objective control of models in that unit. Cognitive Instincts. Enemy units that are set up with on the battlefield as reinforcements cannot be set up within 12 of this model. Specifically, this model doesn't give it to his unit. He's got his pistol, his claw. He's infantry character, Imperium Cult Mechanicus tech priest. Sidonian Scatros, the stupidest looking thing ever made by Games Workshop. Moves 8, toughness 4 with a 4 up save and a 5 up invuln and 4 wounds, leadership 7, OC 1. Mechanicus pistol. Radium Giselle, that's anti-infantry 3 up, heavy and precision, 36 inch range with 1 shot on 3s, strength 5, AP 2, and damage 3. Or the Scatros Transuranic Arquebus. 1 shot at 36 inch range with anti-monster 4 up, anti-vehicle 4 up, heavy and precision, strength 7, AP 2, damage D3. His feat, 3 attacks at strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. His Giselle can be the other gun. He cannot be your warlord. He has lone operative and stealth. Dread sniper in your shooting phase. After this model is shot, 1 enemy unit hit by one of those attacks must take a battle shock test. Cool. Achillean Eye. Each time this model makes an attack with a Radium Giselle that targets infantry, you can reroll the wound roll. Each time it makes an attack with its other thing that targets a monster or vehicle, you can reroll the wound roll. Yeah. Infantry character, Imperium Sidonian Scatari. Then you got the Marshal. He moves 6. He's toughness 3 with a 4 up and a 5 up invuln, 3 wounds, leadership 6, OC 1. Mechanicus pistol, Dev Wounds pistol thing, and then control stave, 4 attacks on 3s, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. That's a combat weapon. He can be attached to rangers and vanguard. He leads them. He has control edict, so he has Doctrina Imperatives, which some of these guys don't because they're Mechanicus guys, because it's stupid. So, this guy has control edict. While this model is leading a unit, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can reroll the hit roll. That's awesome. Servo Skull Uplink. Once per turn, you can target this model's unit with a stratagem, even if the stratagem's already been used on a different unit. He's an infantry character, Imperium Scatari guy. Okay. Cool. So that's all the characters, I think. Yeah. So the Rangers, these are some battle line guys. They move 6, they're toughness 3 with a 4 up, 5 up invuln, 1 wound, leadership 7, OC of 2. Mechanicus pistol is going to be on your sergeant, Dev Wounds pistol, at least I'm assuming. Arc rifle, anti-vehicle 4+, Dev Wounds, rapid fire 1, 30 inch range with just 1 shot, but it's strength 8, AP 1, and D3 damage. Jesus, strength 8. Galvanic rifle, 30 inch range, 2 shots, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. Everything they have hits on 4s. The plasma, that's going to be 30 inches with 2 shots, strength 7, AP 2, damage 1, or if you overcharge it, it's still 2 shots, strength 8, AP 3, damage 2. And then you have your Transuranic Arquebus, heavy precision 1 shot, strength 7, AP 2, damage D3 at 36. For combat, you got your Alpha Combat Weapon, 2 attacks, strength 5, AP 1, damage 1, or your regular close combat weapon, 1 attack, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. They have Scout 6, which is awesome. Doctrina Imperatives, objectives scouted at the end of your command phase. If this unit is within range of an objective marker you control, it remains under your control until your opponent controls it at the start of any phase, or any turn actually. So that's great. Sticky objectives, Scout 6 inches, these are awesome. Enhanced Data Tether. Each time you target the bearer's unit with a stratagem, roll a d6 on a 5+, you gain a CP. And then ranged weapons equipped by models in the bearer's unit having Norse cover is the Omnispecs. So those are your war gear abilities. Your options, the Alpha can be equipped with a combat weapon. The Alpha's Galvanic Rifle can be a Mechanicus pistol. One Scatari Ranger's Galvanic Rifle can be an arc rifle. One can be a plasma caliber. One can be a sniper rifle. One Ranger equipped with a galvanic rifle can be equipped with an Omnispecs or the enhanced data tether, and you can't replace his rifle. They're infantry, battle line, Imperium, Skitarii Rangers. The Vanguard have the exact same profile. Their guns are just different. They can also take an arc rifle, the Mechanicus pistol, the plasma, the arquebus. The main guys, though, they have the radium carbine. It's anti-infantry 4+, 18-inch range with 3 shots on 4s. Strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. Everything they have hits on 4s. Alpha close combat weapon is the same, 2 attacks, strength 5, AP 1, and damage 1. Or you got 1 attack with the regular dudes, strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. They also have Doctrina Imperatives and then Rad Saturation. While an enemy unit, excluding vehicles, is within 3 inches of this unit, you subtract 1 from the objective control characteristic of models in that unit. Or your abilities. You got your data tether and your omnispec. So the data tether is if you target them with a strat on a 5+, you gain a CP, and your omnispecs is you get ignores cover. You're going to take the ignores cover. They come in units of 10, by the way. They have radium carbines, close combat weapons. These guys also come in units of 10. They just have their galvanic rifles and close combat weapons. These guys have the same options. So the Alpha can be equipped the same. One guy can have an arc rifle. One guy can have a plasma. One guy can have a sniper rifle. And then one other guy can have one of those 2 things. Infantry, battle line, Imperium, Skitarii, and Vanguard. Nice. Alright, some Breacher time. The Breachers. Move 5, toughness 7, 3 up save, and a 6 up invuln. 3 wounds, leadership 7, OC 1. Range, they got a heavy arc rifle. That's anti-vehicle 4 up rapid fire 2 with a 30-inch range. 2 attacks on 4s, strength 8, AP 2, and damage 3 flat. Anti-vehicle 4+, so not bad, but I think the range went down. I think it was 36 before. Torsion cannon, anti-infantry 2+, and blast. 36-inch range, D3 shots, strength 6, AP 2, damage 2. Everything's hitting on 4s. For melee, they can take an arc claw. It's anti-vehicle 4 up, 4 attacks. Strength 5, AP 1, damage 1. Or you can take the hydraulic claw. It's 2 attacks, strength 8, AP 2, and damage 3. Any number of models can have their heavy arc rifle replaced with a torsion cannon, and then any number of models can each have their arc claw replaced with a hydraulic claw. They have Doctrina Imperatives. Interesting. These have Doctrina Imperatives. Did they have that before? I don't know. They have Breaching Command. Each time a model in your unit makes an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. While this unit is within 6 inches of a battle line unit, you can reroll the hit roll instead. Take them in units of 3 to 6. They all have heavy arc rifles and arc claws. They're infantry. Yes, nice. They can move through walls. Imperium, Cult Mechanicus, Cataphoron. And Cataphoron destroyers. Move 5, toughness 6 with a 3 up, 6 up. 3 wounds, leadership 7, and OC 1. So the exact same. Cognis Flamer is going to be their ranged weapon. It ignores cover torrent. 12-inch range, D6 shots. Strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. Heavy grab cannon, anti-vehicle 2+, 30-inch range. 4 shots, strength 6, AP 1, damage 2. Cataphoron Plasma Culverin, 36-inch range with 4 shots. They're all heading on 4s for everything. That's strength 7, AP 2, damage 1, or strength 8, AP 3, and damage 2. Phosphor Blaster ignores cover, rapid fire 1, 24-inch range with 1 shot, strength 5, AP 0, damage 1. Melee weapons, got close combat weapons, 2 attacks, a strength 5 on 4s. Any number of models can have their heavy grab cannon replaced with a plasma. Any number of models can have their phosphor replaced with a flamer. Each time you target this unit with the Overwatch stratagem, they hit on 5s. That's Sentinel Directives. That's what their ability is. 3 to 6 in the unit. Heavy grab cannon, phosphor blaster, close combat weapons. What they got. Then you got your Electro Priests. They move 6, toughness 3 with a 7 up save and a 5 up invuln. 1 wound, leadership 7, OC of 1. Electrostatic Gauntlet. Sustained hits 2 at a 12-inch range. It's a pistol. 3 attacks on 3s. Strength 5, AP 0, damage 1. In combat, it's the same thing. It just hits on 4s. They have Feel No Pain 5+, and Electro Shock. In your shooting phase, after this unit has shot, select one enemy unit, excluding monsters and vehicles, hit by 1 or more of those attacks. Till the end of your opponent's next turn, that enemy unit is shocked. While they're shocked, subtract 2 from their move, subtract 2 from advance and charge rolls they make. They come in units of 5 to 10. They're all equipped with their gauntlets. They're infantry, Imperium, Cult Mechanicus, Electro Priests. I actually just finally built these, even though I'm never going to use them. Then you have the combat ones, the Fulgurite. Same exact profile. They just have the stave. It's Dev Wounds. 2 attacks, unfortunately, hitting on 3s. Strength 6, AP 1, damage 2. They also have 5-up Feel No Pain and Electro Infusion. While a character is leading this unit, each time an attack targets this unit, subtract 1 from the wound roll. They also come in units of 5 to 10, and they have Electro Leech staves. Their infantry, Imperium, Cult Mechanicus, Electro Priest, Fulgurite. Your infiltrators, they move 8. They're toughness 4 with a 4-up save and a 5-up invuln. Very easy to kill. 2 wounds. Leadership 7, OC of 1. Their ranged weapons are their Fletch Blaster. It's a pistol with 5 shots, a strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. Or you have your Stub Carbine, that's 3 shots, a strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. For melee, they have power weapons, that's 2 attacks on 4s, unfortunately. Everything hits on 4s. Strength 4, AP 2, damage 1. Or you have your Taser Goad, sustained hits 2 attacks, strength 6, AP 0, damage 1. Any number of models can have their Stub Carbine and power weapon replaced with a Fletch Blaster and 1 Taser Goad. They have infiltrators and stealth, so they're pretty cool there, being able to infiltrate if they're cheap enough. Voices of the Code. At the start of the fight phase, each enemy unit within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units with this ability. Voices in the Code. At the start of the fight phase, each enemy unit within engagement range of 1 or more units with this ability takes a Battle Shock test and Neurostatic Interference. While an enemy unit is within 6 of this unit, each time a Battle Shock or Leadership test is taken for that unit, subtract 1 from the test. While this unit is within 6 inches of 1 or more battle line units from your army, you subtract 2 from the test instead. So if they're next to some Rangers or something, the dudes that take a Battle Shock test are -2, whatever. Sicaran Rust Stalkers. So these guys are Infantry, Imperium, Skitarii, Sicaran. Yeah. The Rust Stalkers have the same exact profile, so 8-inch move, T4, 4-up, 5-up, 2 wounds, Leadership 7, OC1. They have Transonic Blades, Dev Wounds, Precision, 4 attacks on 4, Strength 4, AP 1, Damage 1. Their Transonic Blades and Cord Claw, that's Anti-Infantry, 3-up with Dev Wounds and Precision, 4 attacks, Strength 4, AP 2, Damage 1. And then your Razors and Cord Claw, Anti-Infantry, 3-up and Precision, 3 attacks, Strength 4, AP 2, Damage 1. Any number of Rust Stalkers can have their Razor and Cord Claw replaced with Transonic Blades. Don't do that. Why would you do that? You get an extra attack, but your AP's worse, and you lose Anti-Infantry 3-up. So the Rust Stalkers, Precept, Transonic Razor, and Cord Claw can be replaced with 1 Transonic Blade and Cord Claw, so do that. Get Precision too, yeah, they're cool. Stealth, they have Doctrina Imperatives. Optimized Gate, add 1 to advance and charge rolls made for this unit. While this unit's within 6 inches of 1 or more friendly Adeptus Mechanicus battle line, add 2 instead. They come units of 5 to 10. They have Razors and Cord Claws. They're Infantry, Imperium, Skitarii, Sicarans. Sky Stalkers. I'm going to try to say this. Taraxi, because I don't think you say the P. Taraxi Sky Stalkers. 12-inch move, T4, 4-up, 5-up, 2 wounds. Leadership 7, OC of 1. They also have these Fletch Blaster things. 5 attacks, a strength 3, AP 0, damage 1, 12-inch range. It's a pistol, or you have your carbine. It's an 18-inch range with 6 attacks. Strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. It's just strictly better? Well, yeah, basically. Melee weapons, close combat weapon, 2 attacks on 4s. Strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. Taser Goad, 2 attacks with 3 of them. Taser Goad, sustained hit 2, 3 attacks, strength 6, AP 0, damage 1. They come in units of 5 to 10. They all have the blasters and taser goads. No, just the alpha has the blaster and taser goad, because that'd be way too good if they all had them. Everyone else has the close combat weapon and the carbine. They have Deep Strike, ride the thermals in your shooting phase after this unit shoots. If it's not within engagement range, it can do one of the following things. Make a normal move up to 6. Make a normal move up to 12, provided every model in this unit ends that move wholly within 6 inches of 1 or more friendly Adeptus Mechanicus battle line. In either case, it can't charge. Their infantry, fly, jump pack, grenade, Imperium, Skitarii. Taraxi Sterilizers, 12-inch move, so same profile. T4, 4-up, 5-up invuln, 2 wounds, Leadership 7, OC1. They also have the blaster. It's 5 attacks, a strength 3, AP 0, damage 1. Terrible. Phosphor Torch, ignores cover torrent. D6 shots at strength 4, AP 0, damage 1 at 12-inch range. Yeah, ignores cover torrent. Combat, they have Talons. Their strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage with 2 attacks. And then you have your Taser Goad sustained hits 2 with 3 attacks, strength 6 AP 0, damage 1. They deep strike. They have Searing Conflagration. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack with its Phosphor Torch that targets an enemy unit within range of an objective marker, reroll a wound roll 1. If this unit is also within 6 inches of one or more friendly Adeptus Mechanicus battle lines unit, then you can reroll a wound roll instead. Okay, units of 5 to 10. Cool dude guy, the sergeant has the blaster and the taser goad. Everyone else has the phosphor torch and the talons. They're infantry, fly, jump pack, Imperium, Scutari. The Raiders of Surbury. They move 12. They're T4 with a 4-up save and a 5-up invuln, 2 wounds, leadership 7, and OC of 3. I remember when these had 3 wounds. They were hilarious. They were so good when they first dropped. Ranged weapons, Mechanicus pistol, dev wounds pistol thing, strength 6 AP 1, damage 1. Galvanic Carbine, that's also dev wounds. 18-inch range with 3 shots. Strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. In combat, they have 4 attacks, strength 4, AP 1, and damage 1, hitting on 4s. One Cyber Raider can be equipped with an Enhanced Data Tether. The Enhanced Data Tether allows you to get CP back on a 5-up if you use the stratagem on their unit. They have Scout 9 inches. They are good, automatically, unless they're like 100 points for 3. Doctrina Imperatives, and then Tactical Obliqua. Once per turn, when an enemy unit ends a normal advance or fallback move with a 9 of this unit, if it's not within engagement range, it can do one of the following: make a d6 move or make a 6-inch move, provided it ends wholly within 6 of a battle line unit from your army. Okay. They come in units of 3 to 6. The Alpha has Mechanicus Pistol, Galvanic Carbine, Cavalry Saber, and Clawed Limbs. Every other dude has Galvanic Carbine, Cavalry Saber, and Clawed Limbs. They're mounted Imperium, Scutari. The Sulphur Hounds have the same profile: 12-inch move, T4, 4-up, 5-up, 2 wounds, leadership 7, OC 2. Mechanicus Pistol, Phosphor Blast Carbine, blast ignores cover, 18-inch range with D6 shots, strength 6, AP 0, damage 1. Again, everything's hitting on 4s. Phosphor Pistol normally, ignores cover pistol, 12-inch range with 1 shot, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. And then Sulphur Breath, ignores cover pistol torrent, 9-inch range, D6 shots, strength 3, AP 1. Damage 1. For melee, Cavalry Arc Maul, anti-vehicle 4+ dev wounds and extra attacks, 1 extra attack, strength 5, AP 1, damage 1. Clawed Limbs, 4 attacks, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. They have Doctrina Imperatives and Line Breakers. Each time this unit ends a charge move, select one enemy unit within engagement range of it and roll a d6 for each model in this unit that is within engagement range of that enemy unit, adding 2 to the result if this unit started to charge within 6 inches of one or more friendly Adeptus Mechanicus battle line units. For each 4-up, you suffer 1 mortal wound. Units of 3 to 6. The Alpha is equipped with the Pistol, Sulphur Breath, Arc Maul thing, and Clawed Limbs. Everyone else has 2 Phosphor Pistols, Sulphur Breath, and Clawed Limbs. They are mounted Imperium, Scutari. Alright. Next, the Data Smith. He moves 6. He's toughness 4. He's got a 2-up, 5-up. He's got 3 wounds, leadership 7, and OC of 1. He's got a Mechanicus Pistol. It's dev wounds pistol. Going to be strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. He's got a Power Fist, 2 attacks on 3, strength 8, AP 2, damage 2. He must be attached to Castellan robots. You must attach this model to Castellan robots even if one or more other cybernetic Adeptus models have already been attached to the unit. In such cases, if the bodyguard unit is destroyed, the leader units attached to it become separate units with their original starting strength. If you cannot attach this model to a Castellan robot unit, it's destroyed, basically. While attached to a Castellan robot unit, that model loses the infantry keyword. You have one guy. He's a leader. So they have battle protocol. At the start of the battle, if this model is leading a robot unit, that unit enters the Aegis protocol in your command phase. If this is leading a unit, you can select one protocol from those listed below for it to enter. Once it enters a protocol, it remains in that protocol until it enters a different one. Protector, add 2 to the attacks characteristic of ranged weapons equipped by Castellan models in that unit. Conqueror, add 2 to the attacks characteristic of melee weapons of models in that unit. Or Aegis, add 1 of the toughness characteristic of robots. They become toughness 10. Castellan robots are over here. They move 6, they're toughness 9 normally. They have a 2-up, 5-up, 7 wounds, leadership 7, and OC of 2. For ranged weapons, they have Heavy Phosphor Blaster, ignores cover, 36-inch range, 3 attacks on 4, strength 6, AP 1, damage 2. Incendine Combustor, ignores cover torrent, 12-inch range, D6 shots, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. Castellan Phosphor Blaster, ignores cover, 24-inch range, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1 with 3 shots. Twin Castellan Phosphor Blaster, ignores cover, twin link, 3 shots, strength 6, AP 1, damage 1. For melee, They have Close Combat Weapon, that's 3 attacks, Strength 6, AP 0, damage 1. Or the Castellan Fist, which is 4 attacks, Strength 12, AP 2, and damage 3. If you take Twin Castellan Fist, they're twin linked, but otherwise the same. Any number of models can have their Twin Castellan Fist replaced with one of the following. 1 Castellan Phosphor Blaster and 1 Castellan Fist, 1 Twin Castellan Phosphor Blaster and 1 Close Combat Weapon. Any number of models can have their Incendine Combustors replaced with 1 Heavy Phosphor Blaster. They have Deadly Demise 1, Robotic Bodyguard, while a Cybernetic Datasmith model is leading the unit. That model has 4 up, Feel No Pain, whatever. Repulsor Grid, each time an attack is allocated to this unit on unmodified saving throw of 6, the attacking unit suffers 1 mortal wound after it finishes making its attacks. You take them in units of 2 to 4 though. They have Incendine Combustors, Twin Castellan Fists, Vehicle Walker Imperium, Legio Cybernetica. Iron Strider Ballistari. They move 10, toughness 7 with 3 up, 5 up, 7 wounds, leadership 7, and OC of 2. The ranged weapons are going to be one of these two. Twin Cognis Autocannon, sustained hits 1, twin linked, 48-inch range with just 2 shots on 4, strength 9, AP 1, damage 3. Or you can take the Las Cannon, which is sustained hits 1, twin linked, 48-inch range with 1 shot, strength 12, AP 3, and damage D6 plus 1. They have Iron Strider Feet, 3 attacks on 4, strength 5, AP 0, damage 1. Any number of models can have their autocannon replaced with a las cannon. They have Deadly Demise 1, Doctrina Imperatives, Elevated Striders. This unit is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it fell back or advanced. Awesome. And you can reroll Desperate Escape Test. That's awesome. Broad Spectrum Data Tether. If you target this unit with a stratagem, you gain it back on a 5+. Well, you gain a CP. Come units of 1 to 3. Their Vehicle Walker Smoke Imperium Skitari, and they just have their autocannon and feet. The Dragoons with Taser Lances, they also move 10 with a toughness of 7 and a 3 up, 5 up, 7 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 2. They have a Phosphor Serpenta, ignores cover pistol, 18 inches with 1 shot, a strength 5, AP 1, and damage 2. Taser Lance, that's anti-Walker 2+, it's strange. Lance, sustained hits 2, so you're +1 to wound when you charge with it. 4 attacks, a strength 7, AP 2, and damage 2 with sustained hit 2. Yeah, okay, cool. Deadly Demise 1 and Stealthy Doctrinas. Dynamic Efficiency. This unit is eligible to declare a charge in a turn in which it advanced or fell back, and you can reroll Desperate Escape Tests. What? That's awesome. 10-inch move with an advance, and then I charge you. If you target them with a strat, on a 5-up you gain a CP. 1 to 3 in a unit. They have Phosphor Serpentas and Taser Lances. Their Vehicle Walker Smoke Imperium, Skitari Stydonian. And then you have the Dragoons with Radium Giselle. Same exact profile. The Radium Giselle we've saw before, but it's anti-infantry 3-up, heavy and precision, 36-inch range, strength 5, AP 2, and damage 3, and they also have a Phosphor Serpenta, so ignores cover pistol, 1 shot, strength 5, AP 1, damage 2. Iron Strider Feet, 3 attacks, a strength 5, AP 0, damage 1. Deadly Demise 1 and Stealth, Doctrina Imperatives, and then Focused Hunter. At the start of the battle, select 1 unit from your opponent's army until the end of the battle. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack that targets that unit, you can reroll the hit roll. Broad Spectrum Data Tether, and then that 1 to 3 in a unit. They all have Phosphor Serpenta and Radium Giselle. They are Vehicle Walker Smoke Imperium Skitari Sidonians. Alright, I think we have just like the flyers and the tanks here, so probably just a couple pages left. Is there any other units I'm missing? I'm thinking of? Scorpius Disintegrator. Moves 10, toughness 10 with a 2-up save, 12 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 3. It's got a Belarus Energy Cannon. It's blast, indirect fire, 36-inch range with 2d6 shots, strength 7, AP 2, and damage 1. Cognis Heavy Stubber. It has like 3 of these things. Rapid fire 3, sustained hits 1, 36-inch range with 3 shots, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. Disruptor Missile, twin linked, 36 inches, 3 shots, strength 9, AP 2, and damage D6. Okay. Then Ferromite Cannon, 48-inch range, 3 shots, strength 12, AP 3, and damage D6. Armored Hull, whatever. This model's Belarus Energy Cannon can be replaced with a Ferromite Cannon. If it has 1 to 4 wounds remaining, you subtract 1 from its hit roll. It's got Deadly Demise D3, Doctrina Imperatives, Broad Spectrum Data Tether. Each time you target this model with a strat on a 5+, you gain a CP, and then Blistering Salvos. Each time this model makes an attack with its Belarus Energy Cannon against infantry, add 1 to the hit roll. If this model makes an attack with its Ferromite Cannon that targets a monster or vehicle, add 1 to the hit roll. You just take them units 1. It's got its Energy Cannon, 3 Cognis Heavy Stubbers, Disruptor Missile, and Armored Hull. The Dune Rider is 12-inch move, but toughness 9 with a 3-up save and 11 wounds, leadership 7 and OC2. It's got Cognus Heavy Stubber Array, that's rapid fire 9, sustained hits 1, twin linked, 36-inch range with 9 attacks, strength 4, AP 0, damage 1, just a bunch of bolters. Armored hull, what the fuck ever. It can transport 12 guys, it can't transport Jump Pack, Cataphren, or Sidonian Skatros models for some fucking reason. It's Deadly Demise D3, broad spectrum data tether, then fire support in your shooting phase. After this model has shot, select an enemy unit is scored a hit against. Each time a friendly unit that disembarked from this model attacks it, they reroll hit rolls. We've seen this on like 5 different transports before, so yeah. Cognus Heavy Stubber Array is what it's got. It's vehicle transport, dedicated transport, Imperium, Skatari, Smoke. Any other keywords you want to give me? Onager Dune Crawler, moves 8, toughness 10 with a 2-up, 4-up, 11 wounds, leadership 7, and OC 3. 4-up invuln, awesome. Cognus Heavy Stubber, we've seen that before. The missile launcher, it's anti-fly 2+ with 1 shot at strength 10 AP2 and damage D6 plus 1. It's not a bad single shot thing. Eradication Beamer, it's either a 36-inch range with D6 shots with blast and sustained hits D3, that's strength 9 AP2 and damage 2, or if you're within 18, it's blast, sustained hits D3, D6 shots, strength 9 AP3, damage 3. The neutron laser, that's blast and heavy, 2 shots at strength 16, AP4 and damage D6 plus 1. And the Icarus Array, anti-fly 4+, twin links, 6 shots at strength 8, AP1, damage 2. I mean, that's pretty good. The Onager Heavy Phosphor Blaster, ignores cover, twin linked, 4 shots at strength 6, AP1, damage 2. Like, why would you ever take that? Its legs are cool. It's got war gear options. Its Eradication Beamer can be replaced with a Delius Missile Launcher and Icarus Array, Neutron Laser and Heavy Stubber, Onager Heavy Phosphor Blaster. It can be equipped with 1 additional Heavy Stubber. It can be equipped with the Data Tether. It has Deadly Demise D3, Eminous Force Field. While a friendly Adeptus Mechanicus battle line, it's wholly within 6 of this model. That has a 4-up invuln. That's insane. So give these a 5-up Feel No Pain with Tech Priests, and then use them to give 4-up invulns to the rest of your army. That's the plan. The bearer loses the smoke ability if it takes the broad spectrum data tether. Whatever. Maybe not whatever. You might want to keep it. But anyway, it's a vehicle walker, Imperium Skatari Smoke. Okay, so now we got our airplanes. Archaeocopter Fusilave, 20-inch move, toughness 9 with a 3-up save, 10 wounds, leadership 7, OC of 0. Its ranged weapons are gonna be Cognus Heavy Stubber Array. We saw that on the transport. Rapid fire 9, sustained hits 1 with twin linked, 9 shots, so 18 with an 18. You get 18 shots within 18 inches. Twin linked, but it's strength 4, AP 0, damage 1. Armored hull, it can crash into you if it really wants to. It has Deadly Demise D3 and Hover. Doctrina Imperatives, Bomb Rack. Each time this model ends a normal move, you can select a friendly, or an enemy. No, you would select an enemy. It's got a Bomb Rack. Each time this model ends a normal move, you can select 1 enemy unit it moved across during that move, roll 66 for each 4+, they suffer 1 mortal wound. Chaff Launcher, it has Smoke, so War Gear abilities are your Chaff Launcher, or your Command Uplink, which gives you that 5-up to get a CP back if you target them with a strat. The Vehicle Aircraft Fly Imperium Skatari, it comes with its Cognus Heavy Stubber Array and Armored Hull. What does this do? Why does this exist? Archaeocopter Stratoraptor, 20-inch move, toughness 9 with a 3-up save, 10 wounds, leadership 7 and OC 0. Cognus Heavy Stubber, Heavy Phosphor Blaster, that's ignores cover with 3 shots at strength 6, AP 1 and damage 2 at 36 inches, and then twin Cognus Las Cannon. Sustained hits 1, twin linked, 48-inch range with 1 shot at strength 12, AP 3 and damage D6 plus 1. It's got an armored hull. Its command uplink can be a chaff launcher, same with this guy. Deadly Demise D3 and Hover, Doctrina Imperatives, Strafing Run. Each time this model makes a ranged attack that targets a unit it cannot fly, add 1 to the hit roll. Chaff Launcher, it gets Smoke, or its command uplink gives it the same thing we've talked about like 20 times now. It's got 2 Cognus Heavy Stubbers, 2 Phosphor Blasters, twin Cognus Las Cannon, and Armored Hull. So it actually has a lot of guns. 2 Heavy Phosphor Blasters, that's 6 shots. 1, yeah, okay, whatever. Archaeocopter Transvector, 20-inch move, toughness 9, 3-up save, 10 wounds, leadership 7, OC 0. It's got a Cognus Heavy Stubber Array, so that we know at this point, and Armored Hull. It has Deadly Demise D3, Deep Strike, and Hover, Doctrina Imperatives, and Aerial Deployment. If this model starts the game in hover mode, and in strategic reserve. It can start in the... Okay, so if this model starts the game in hover mode and in strategic reserve, it can be set up in the reinforcement step of your first, second, or third movement phase, regardless of the mission rules. You can give it a chaff launcher or a command uplink. This thing can transport 11 Scutari infantry or Tech Priest infantry models. It cannot transport Jump Pack Cataphron or Sidonian Scatros models. Okay. Got vehicle, aircraft, transport, fly, Imperium, Scutari. And that's it. That is it. We get to the Crusade rules, which we're not going to review because nobody cares about that, at least nobody watching this channel. Thanks so much, everybody, for making it to the end. If you like this kind of content, then like this video. Infect the like button with your data spike or whatever. Subscribe to Theory Hammer. Leave a comment down below. Tell us what you thought of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I have many thoughts, which I'm going to make a different video about. And then click the bell icon so that you're notified every time we have a new video. And then when you're done doing all those YouTube things, check out our other videos. We have other playlists. We have other stuff out there. Stuff you're going to want to watch. Alright, that's going to do it. Make sure you praise the Omnissiah. And I will see you in the next one.